I'm happy to introduce our speaker, Laura Castillo, who will be presenting the talk Applitools Eyes, a new AI for UI. Laura is a senior manual QA engineer with more than 10 years of experience in the field. She has worked in automation testing as well as other areas. She is Cherry Catalina's mom. If you hear her dog, she's a senior dog with a diva attitude. And she's also a books, music, and anime lover. Laura, we are very excited about what you have to share with us. So the stage is all yours. Laura, I don't know if your mic is on mute.
Yeah, it's on
There we
mute
go.
because I am really nervous, guys. Hello, guys, everyone. Thank you for assisting to this talk. So the first thing we need to talk is about what is visual test. We will talk about AI for visual UI test. So what is visual testing? Visual testing is the term we need to understand is the main context of the whole presentation, and it's a form of regression test that ensure the screens that UI were correct have not changed unexpectedly, and it's related to the aesthetic factor to our app, web app, mobile, or desktop. So how do we do visual testing? So, like most of the testing types, we can talk about visual testing cycle. This cycle is a series of steps that ensure the visual consistency of a web app or a desktop app or mobile app, and difference across different environments, browsers, devices, etc., etc., etc. So, when we talk about visual testing, the first step is set up baselines. Baselines, we can say baseline represents the correct or expected, the standard of future comparisons, because this is a visual testing. In other words, baseline is capture the current UI state as a reference. So this is the first step we have to understand. So after that, we need to create and execute test cases, mostly automated test scripts. These automated test cases capture the screenshot of the UI in different environments, browsers, screen size, devices. This step is crucial because it generates the visual data we will use to update the baseline or to the new comparison. So after we have this, we need to perform a visual comparison between the new screenshot versus the baseline. So this step identifies the visual difference. Yeah, the visual difference between the new screenshots and the baseline. There are several comparison levels by DOM, pixel by pixel, a drive band, and we will expand about them in the following slides. So after we do the comparison, we need to analyze the results. We need to validate the changes. There's a bug or there's a bug. Is it an expected change or is it unexpected? Or is it relevant? So after that, we decide if these changes were intentional, we update the new baseline. But if we find a bug or something, we report the bug and wait to the developer fix it and rerun the whole site with a new baseline update. So about visual comparison levels, we have several levels. The first one is the pixel by pixel comparison. As its name suggests, it compares each pixel of the new screenshot with the respective pixel on the baseline image. It's extreme precisely, sometimes lead to high excessive number of false positives because it's too precisely. And layout comparison, it focuses more on the overall of the structure of the layout of the UI. So checking for suite position, sizes, overlapping elements. So change as color, text, and are out of the scope of this comparison. The content of region comparison focus on a specific region of the UI or components of the UI. Buttons, headers, menus, and not the whole screen. So this lead the result is how the scope which lead to missing changes. The down level or the structural down level is mostly a verification of the DOM or the HTML file. So this can classify as a visual comparison, but it's at a level of comparison as well. The text and element comparison checks the change in the text context as font size, font styles. The person has specific elements. If for this reason, the border like layouts and visual changes is out of scope. And finally, the main we want to do or we want to talk is a power vision comparison. This is a use machine learning algorithms and computer vision techniques to identify visual difference between the expected and the actual version of the UI. So, what is Applitools? Well, Applitools is an UI-powered tool to help to do visual testing for a different kind of apps, web, desktop, and mobile. So, what is the benefits? What is the main benefit we can see about, or characteristic we can see about Applitools? Well, the first one, as I mentioned, it is a power visual validation. So we can use it to cross browsers and cross device testing. Use visual elements and locators instead of traditional code-based locators that CSS expand. It's a visual locator. That's really important to understand. There's Applitools have integration with automation frameworks, different Cypress, Players, Selenium, even a server. You can set up an integration with server. For this talent specific, we will do a demo taking Cypress as an automation framework to integrate and see the functionality of all the yeah. So ultra-fast bit is like a cloud-based parallel testing platform. So this helps to execute most fast and they're running the test in parallel. Automated test branching and merging. You can integrate the SDK with the source code management system. You can integrate with Azure, AWS, and GitLab. I think it's the three. And the root cause analysis or RCI is an AI tool that pinpoint exact changes in the DOM under the CSS level. So this helps to the developers to identify what is the change, what happened with this, what is this error is happening now. So the testing options, there are several. We can combine functional testing and visual testing. We can do accessibility testing based on text and graphics. And we can also do a location testing. If your app or web app support different language, this is really helpful. So you have a baseline for each language. So this is awesome because you don't have to do manually. Batch testing and management dashboard. The app give you a dashboard when you can see those results. You can manage the baseline. Even you can do a code testing in Applitools Manager dashboard. so you don't have to know to how to to develop. You can use the code testing with Aplitools. And finally, the test collaboration and sharing. You can send the result by email. You can integrate it with the Slack and send it to your team members channel. And as it's a centralized dashboard with the all test result, you can all see what is happening. So how we set up Applitools. The first thing is the implementation, and this will be the installation, and this will be depends of the framework we want to use. So for Cypress, we have to run this command specific, but it's a different command for each of the automation frameworks. So after we do the installation, we have to setting up the API for the API tools. So we have to define the API key. For that, we have to create an account on Applitools and asking for the trial version. And we need to do some changes in the configuration. And for Cypress in specific, we have to run that command. And after that, we can use the SDK. On each test case we want to use, we include the calls on the test. ISOPM, this is the command to start a testing session. So we call the API and we say, we will send you something. The check window command is used to capture the screenshot for the visual validation. And finally, the iClose and the testing session and send the test result. If a mismatch is detected, it will throw an exception in the test result, sending it out in the final update or run test. So, how does this work? So we create the test script. Okay? We use the commands I already mentioned it, and we simulate the user action. We open the page, we open the app, we click, and Applitools after simulate the action, capture the screenshot. It's getting the screenshot, right? So remember, we have to have a baseline, but if we don't have the baseline, the visual checkpoint will be 0. So we will start a new one. We get the screenshots taken by the driver and send to the by the API to the server. Here we get the test. They send back the test result, and the API send back the test result to our console. Here in the iServer, they send the result to the iTest Manager dashboard, and we get the results updated in database. Once that, the user review the test result and database. So we need to create the script, automate. We need to emulate the user, and the screenshots and all that stuff is working on their API. So I want to show you how we do this with it. Any question for the moment? You are so quiet, guys. Everything is fine? You understand everything I said? Okay. Thank you, guys. Okay, so let me share my screen with the code. So here is the Applitools configuration we have to set up. The top of this cursor we have permission to do it. It's fine because I have the trial version. We can put the app name, the show logs, the batch. You remember they have a batch. management. So we define the information of the batch date, give the name. If we want to the notification on completion, they send us an email, and this is the browsers I will use to manage. So all this is setting up on this Aplitools configuration. So in the test cases, how will this see? Okay, so we import the Aplitools configuration. Before each test case, we need to open, size open. You remember, this is start the session for the testing. We use this configuration to define how we want to see on the dashboard. All we put here, we will see on the dashboard. So the test name and the timeout. I put this timeout because sometimes it's required a lot of time to set up to get all the results. So here I want to teach you something. You remember there's a level of comparison, right? But also there are target comparisons. So here I will use the full comparison. So I will check all the UI elements displayed on the page. For this one, I will use only the headers comparison. I think this is not header. Is this as assignment? So this is just a region. I want to check it out. This is how we do some accessibility testing. We put the accessibility type. There's a four, 5 types of accessibility type: large text, regular text, bold text, and graphics. Therefore, and we put the selector of the element we want to verify. Here we want to uh, check by layout match level of comparison. So here is only the layout with the selector we will use. And here we only review the content test. You can do that. If you don't want to do the full because it takes a lot of time, you can separate on each level if you want. After that, you close, and after all, you get the all results. It will be displayed on the console when you run. Any question until here? All is fine? Okay, great. So I will run this test case. I hope it doesn't fail. Okay, so here, in a demo, everything can happen. So as I mentioned, they replicate or emulate the user interaction with the page. We will use Cypress tags for this. Here on the console, they will tell us if there's something wrong or something different. So we have to wait for it. So you can see, they call the API for Applitools. That's why we need the API key. We have to set up. So share my screen with you. Okay, so this is what is happening. We run 6 test cases. We run 6 test cases. 6 test cases pass it, and they detect for difference on the test cases. So you can see this will have a problem, and this also have a problem. Maybe it's good. So we can see the details on the dashboard. Let me share with you the dashboard. Share the dashboard. So this is the dashboard we use. This is the dashboard we use. Check. Okay. You can see I had set up a baseline, so this test cases pass, but these ones show a difference. So we want to check the difference. Okay, so you can see the app show you the difference highlighted with this. So you there's a different overflow. There's a this this is not a this is a different because the the video was running, but you can see this the whole whole page. So they detect a difference. Me as a user verify, okay, this is something that really changed, but we can say no, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine. We don't have to report a bug for this. So we save and the new baseline is updated. Okay. So here I put in some comments as well. And we put it, there's a lot of difference. I say no, this is a bug. So when I don't accept the changes, they look like a failure. So the baseline is being updated for the moment. So I go over there and you can see the image for this one, for the plugins. I want to see the layout for several buttons. And you see, they only select the buttons I want to verify. And you can see the configuration. We can copy it and the layout is fine. This happens. And accessibility, can say this about. So I save it and the new baseline is um on my email, the app sent me a the result. Share your reviews. Something else. You can see this is the result assignment. So as the test cycle of the visual doesn't say, I execute the test case. Uh, the API, the Applitools API do the comparison, they send the result. I review the result. I update the baseline, and there is a new baseline, and the cycle continues. So so tip and best practice. So for use this app doesn't have a clear baseline. So regularly reviewing data the baselines, guys. Integrate into the CDI and CDP pipelines, set up notifications and workflows as well. Monitor test performance. As I mentioned, if we will use a lot of devices, those we need to optimize the screenshot sizes and the frequency we take the screenshot as well. Combine functional and visual testing. One recommendation is do region targeted validations and accessibility checks as well, and use tags and batch. Tags and batch for this organization is really helpful to verify, this is related with this batch, this is related with this tagging. The tag could be regression for homepage, can be any tag to help you to organize very well the better results and the help. So that is the tips in best practice we recommend. So any question, comment? This is your moment, guys. And do you have don't you have any questions? No?
Any questions, comments? Nope. All right. Well, oh, there we go. Jennifer.
Yes, sorry. Laura, is this a process? Because in part of in the slide about tips, you have it that it can be included as part of continuous integration and continuous delivery, right? So, but checking the results, I think it needs like a manual intervention once everything is executed. And what I understood is that the test cases are not marked as failed. It needs that someone check them and validate, okay, it's the new baseline or it's failure. So in this case, it can be included as part of continuous delivery process in order to define everything is fine, we can continue with the next deployment phase, or it's more like something that we can include in a pipeline and then review the results, AQA review results.
The main team, the best practice will be included on the pipeline, and after check the test results. Even they can send you a log with the test result and include the log as a part of the pipeline as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the best thing is the best practice is included as a part of your pipeline as a part of the process.
Okay, I see. And if something fails, well, maybe not fails, but in that case, the process should continue, and then a QA can review it and validate it with a new baseline.
Yeah, that is for that is really important to you remember the setting up cycle for on the code, the notification completion true.
Mm-hmm.
It's really important. So you can verify, you see, the testing for these fails. Some test cases fails. That's important to select a batch because in your pipeline you can define, I want to run only these 2 batches and one of the batches fails and one pass. That will happen as well. So yeah.
Oh, perfect. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Anything else I can help you guys? Any other questions you have?
Anyone?
Well, there's something I don't mention in here, but the most challenge about this is the pricing. It's really expensive. All the I powered tools are really expensive, guys. Really, really expensive. Sorry, I don't say you before to show you all these amazing tools, but yeah, it's really expensive.
Yeah,
it's really expensive, but Applitools is one of the several AI tools we can use. There is Percy, but Broadword Stack. There is Mobile, and there is another by Lambda. Yes, I think it's called. I think it's Visual AI by Lambda Test. Yeah, there are several of them. They have a lot of benefits, but the additional setup in training is difficult. Well, for Applitools, it's not more difficult. I think the most difficult is the integration with the CI/CD, and the cost and licensing is really high. So, yeah, that is like a $60,000 per year, I guess. Yeah. When I started to use it, was this is amazing. And when I see the price, it was really sad, but it's a really good tool if you want to recommend an easy way to do visual testing. And and there is that. Any questions that you have? No? So we're good.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you again, Gapsters, for your time. Thank you, Laura, for the valuable insights that you shared with us. Remember, we are always willing to hear your thoughts to improve our festivals. I shared the feedback form in the chat if you would be so kind as to fill it out and let us know what you think. Thank you. Have a great day.